Hey everyone! Welcome back to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into something really cool, a fascinating breakdown of a highly successful daily schedule. The source material we're exploring today digs right into the specific routines and habits of a billionaire, laying out the exact framework that can literally transform an ordinary life into one of extraordinary success. And it's not about complex formulas, secret societies, or having millions in the bank to start with. It's fundamentally about how you structure your day. So let me ask you something. Do we all really have the same 24 hours? Well, yeah, actually, we do. You, me, the most successful people on the planet, we all get the exact same hours, minutes, and seconds every single day. But here's the framework our source presents. How we choose to use those 24 hours entirely dictates our future. Some folks use them to build empires, while others, well, they just kind of wait around for their lives to magically change. Okay, let's dive into this. We're going to chronologically cover the morning intention, focused work without distractions, the daily learning habit, real rest versus fake rest, and then we'll wrap it all up with the evening review. All right, part one, the morning intention, setting up the day for success. You know those first few minutes right after you wake up? They absolutely set the foundation for everything else that follows. You've got to shift from a mindset of reacting to things to a mindset of preparation before the world even has a chance to demand your attention. On one hand, we've got the average, draining habit, right? Waking up, grabbing the phone immediately, doom scrolling through Instagram, looking at other people's lives. Without even realizing it, you're starting your day feeling small. But contrast that with the billionaire habit, waking up, speaking a clear intention out loud, and focusing entirely on who you want to become that day, way before you even look at a screen. So what does setting an intention actually look like in practice? Basically, it's the simple act of deciding to be better than yesterday, before letting the outside world in. Every morning, you wake up and tell yourself, today is a new chance. Use it. It turns a simple, passing thought into an incredibly powerful driver for the rest of your day. And the absolute best part about this, setting an intention costs exactly $0. You don't need venture capital to start your day with purpose. This habit is infinitely accessible to absolutely everyone, whether you're already rolling in cash or just starting out. To finish off this morning prep, you just need to pick one important thing to accomplish that day. Just one. It turns out most people fail not because they're lazy, but because they're just confused. They try to do 20 things at once and end up finishing absolutely none of them. Identifying just one crucial task really cuts through the noise and ensures your life is actually moving forward. Moving on to part two, focused work without distractions, protecting your most valuable asset. Now we get to the actual execution phase. Extraordinary success comes from relentless focus, way more than just innate intelligence. On one side, you have working for 5 minutes and then getting jittery and checking your phone. Fragmented work like this leaves you feeling incredibly drained by the end of the day, and yet nothing important actually gets done. On the flip side, we have deep work. No notifications, no distractions, just you sitting quietly with your task. Actually choosing this kind of deep focus is what drives monumental growth. Here's the bottom line. You have to give your best hours to your most important work. Not your leftover hours, not your tired end-of-the-day hours, your absolute best hours. Whether your peak energy hits in the early morning, the afternoon, or late at night, you need to identify those hours and fiercely protect them. Protect them like they're literal cash in your pocket because they are your most valuable asset. All right, part three. The daily learning habit, the secret to compounding knowledge. So as we get into the afternoon, we hit a massive roadblock for most people. They stay stagnant because they skip continuous learning. Think of it like this. Life is a bicycle. If you stop pedaling, you don't just stand perfectly still in place, right? You fall over. If you stop learning, you stop growing, and the world just keeps moving on without you until you eventually crash. You gotta keep pedaling to maintain balance and momentum. Now, the actual time commitment here is super interesting. It's just 30 minutes. That's the specific daily requirement, just 30 minutes a day dedicated to learning. And again, you don't need a single dime for this. You can use completely free tools like YouTube, podcasts, or your local library to listen to people smarter than you and ask questions you don't know the answers to. To put that into perspective, do the math with me and see how this snowballs. Those simple 30 minutes a day compound into 180 hours of learning per year. That is literally the equivalent of going back to university entirely for free. While other people are endlessly scrolling through meaningless videos, you're banking 180 hours of growth. It creates a massive, totally free superpower for anyone willing to put in the time. Which brings us to part 4, real rest versus fake rest, mastering the discipline of energy. Heading into the evening, we really need to bust a major myth about highly successful people. Achieving success doesn't mean skipping rest. It means learning how to rest correctly. Wasted rest is scrolling your phone for 3 hours on the couch. Sure, your physical body is sitting down, but your brain is running a marathon. You aren't resting, you're just distracted. Real rest is a short walk outside, enjoying a few minutes of total silence, having a good meal with someone you love, and getting deep, quality sleep. That real rest is what actually rejuvenates your physical machine. It really boils down to this profound rule. Time without energy is just empty. You have to work fully when you're working, and rest fully when you're resting. Don't mix the two. You can sit at your desk for 8 hours straight, but if your energy is completely shot because you didn't rest properly, nothing's going to happen. Protecting your sleep and moving your body are strict requirements. They aren't just luxuries. Finally, part 5, the evening review, becoming your own teacher. So how do we stop repeating the exact same mistakes day after day? We use a quick 5-minute evening review process. It's broken down into 3 super simple questions. Step 1, what did I do well today? Step 2, what did I not do well today? And step 3, what will I do better tomorrow? That's the whole thing. No expensive journals, no fancy apps needed. Just you, 5 minutes, and 3 honest questions, so you can become your own best teacher. And the ultimate goal of that evening review isn't to somehow fix your entire life overnight. The target is just to improve by 1%. Every single evening, you take those 5 minutes of honest reflection to figure out how to get just 1% better for tomorrow. Because when you apply compound interest to personal growth, the math is absolutely wild. If you improve just 1% every day, by the end of one single year, you are literally 37 times better than when you started. It's no complicated formula. It's just pure mathematics fueled by consistent, honest daily reflection. So let's zoom out for a second and look at how this flows into a complete daily schedule. Your morning starts with intention and picking one task. The day is set aside for focused, distraction-free work during your best hours. The afternoon includes 30 minutes of dedicated learning. The evening prioritizes deep, real rest to protect your energy. And night wraps up with a quick 5-minute honest review. These totally accessible pieces form a complete roadmap to a drastically changed life. I want to share this incredibly powerful core mantra from the source material. Today is hard, tomorrow is harder, but the day after tomorrow is beautiful. It's a really stark reminder that pushing through those difficult early days of building new habits is absolutely required. Most people give up on tomorrow, and they totally miss out on the beautiful outcomes waiting for them just over the horizon. Which leaves us with one final big question. You aren't too late, you aren't too ordinary, and you certainly don't lack the resources. Because remember, this whole routine costs $0. The best time to start isn't tomorrow, and it isn't next Monday. It is right now. The roadmap is right in front of you. So will you use it? Thank you so much for joining me on The Explainer today. Take these insights, apply them to your 24 hours, and I will see you in the next one.